Let's get back to work. Let's talk about human beings that think they're primates and have hunter-gatherer behaviors. My embellic, you can study the brain, okay? But unless you have a brain that works a certain way, it's kind of hard for you to understand the brain and how the brain works if you're not empathetic. And men have a tendency, if they're hunter-gatherers and shut off one side of the brain to be dominant, to be empathetic. Uh, so apathetic, pathetic. Just put all the. That's where the word pathetic came from. Was from men that think they're dominant, right? It's pathetic. All right, so yeah, but when human beings try to project themselves through their expression, and leave a legacy of their projection and their expression. You know, all the statues on the Lord of the Rings, and stuff. And you're like, oh God, it's pathetic. It's pathetic, right? Make a big likeness of myself to show my delusions of grandeur. What, destroy the ecosystem because you have an ego problem? Fuck you, right? What the hell's wrong with you, right? Yeah. The best thing a man can do with the beauty of nature is take it in and appreciate it and then share it eternally. And that's the best thing a human being can do with nature. Like the one guy at in Fort Huachuca who'd go hiking with his granddaughter for the migration of the monarch butterflies. They're touching me, Grandpa. That's the best way. That's the best way to appreciate nature. That's the best way for human beings to feel like they're being creative, right? Okay. Is to go out and appreciate your daughters and your granddaughters and teach them how to appreciate and do it with strength and kindness and courage and without fear and respect and understanding. Okay. Women will teach you a lot. Okay. Men, go on track. Yeah. And so boys are like that, but you got to slow them down and take the girl, when you go fishing. Okay. So, yeah, because in ancient times you had to. Okay. In ancient times, you die if you didn't have lar, londa, lunda, landa, luna, landa, lar, lar, lunda, luna, And so, you've got to understand that. And if you don't have that understanding, it's discussed in the Bible, Adam and Eve and what he says, when he sees Eve. And Eve, all things in life that bring us great pleasure and gratitude and beauty come through our love of Eve. Okay. And all things in life that turn us into monsters, devils, demons, murderers, and statue and mound builders come through Eve. Right? The desire to want to live eternally through the love of a woman. Okay. Now you get, dominators. Yeah. Dominators. I got all the money and I got all the buildings. They reproduce. Okay. But they don't know what love is, and their wives don't know what love is. They're Stockholm syndromed into the group, right? And then lovers, will just kill the lovers off the planet. They get in the way of their pussies. And I said, oh, come on, you fucking prison types, right? And military types are the same. I was in the military, right? Basically, we're going to win. They're trying to breed us off the face of the planet, but we're going to win. And that's the whole mentality, right? It's like, what if I don't want to win? What if it's like Noah when he was playing that video game in Sierra Vista? We're killing them because they're taking all our supplies. Did you ever ask them if they needed supplies? Tony, what if Maria is one of the people that needs supplies? Tony? Antone? Okay. Come to your senses there, mister. Right? What if you'd rather marry a girl from their tribe than marry one of your own cousins? That's quite appealing to me. Okay. Mr. Crush on Miriam Cologne, Mr. Crush on Barbaluna, Barbaluna. Well, my grandmother living in the Iberian Peninsula, being a dark Jew, German, is whatever. That's the way It's not a label in the genetics. I don't care what the genetics say. The Mormon church can go fuck themselves till they can't walk. Okay? Tribalism is tribalism. Okay? Ruth's line is not a Jew, right? Okay, we all know that. Okay, and Jesus and David come from Ruth's line, right? And Moses came from, the Canaanites. So I come from Ruth's line. Okay, my Granny Kramer. Okay, and they migrate, and we're a lot like Thomas Builds a Fire. Here comes Neil Armstrong, and we're walking. We start talking truth. Hey, kill them! I want to dominate. Oh fuck, we got to go. Mom, go. And the women, stay alive. I will find you in spirit. She'll find the right guy, the one that adores and worships Jesus Christ, and she'll have the baby, and that baby will be the temple for the spirit of the one that is like Adam, Moses, David, Jesus, John, right? And it happens, okay? And they try to eradicate us from the face of the planet, and boom, there he pops up, and, because you get that with people, it's like, well, you're from the trains and boats and planes, right? It's migration. Oh! Okay. That's where we're at, They're like, you said the Rio Grande River. How did the River Jordan end up in Blaise Pascal? Okay. Who's in France? Okay. And then end up in a Parsons, who's from where they have the River Thames, and then end up being born in the valley of the Rio Grande, right? Okay. And my grandmother's favorite song, The Beautiful Blue Danube. Okay. Because that was the river valley that provided for her family for years. Okay. And when you hear it, it's the song is majestic. It's it's about it's just all the things we have for music and dance and life spring from this river valley, right? It's, I can see why it's my grandmother's favorite, not the Emperor Waltz. Hitler's was the Emperor Waltz. Well, he fancied himself an emperor. It's fancy. It's dum da dum da dum dum dum. And being, related to people that are like Strauss, I hear the sarcasm in the Emperor Waltz. Dum da dum. Da-dum, dum, 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 da-da-da-dum, fuck, dum, da-dum, da-dum, dum, fuck. We all, like Mozart with, what? Oh, how 6-7, shut up, I didn't say that. No, I'm just kidding. But there's always those things that are like, what? It's an inside joke. We got to help them help themselves. And making fun of each other ain't gonna help an egomaniac with a bad brain. It's just gonna, when I have to make fun of people and stuff like that, it's to get their technology to react to their irrationality. And that's why you're calm and cool. It doesn't matter. You're still a threat to you're a threat to the truth of your existence. Okay, whether you do it, I'm gonna kill everybody, or if you go, okay, here's how I'll slowly kill him because I'm a pathetic pervert, and so it doesn't matter. When you're doing things incorrectly, quantum computing is way more intelligent than you. It's just hard for quantum computing to understand a human being. Okay. I'm a human being. I understand human beings, right? So, why does he act the way he do? Why does he talk like that? He's getting on my nerves. Well, it's because I really like El Jarreau songs. I'm just kidding around. But, it's Tommy Davidson with his niece with the, we're in this love together. I got the kind that'll last forever. I forgot about that one. I like that one too. But I didn't forget about it, but it's... Don't you know we're in this love together, like berries on the vine? It gets sweeter all the time. No, it's not true. It doesn't. No. After a while, they get rotten and they turn into wine, and you get yak piss, and then you become the door knocker and Shakespeare, and knock, and you become an equivocator, and equivocator means liar. It's a rap music way of saying liar, like Swilliquia Chaos. And the equivocator, hey, that means liar. Why did you just say liar? Equivocator sounded better. It's rhyming serious. Gotta sell the money. Gotta sell the money. Analytical precision. Bing. Okay. So, it's like, nah, just don't get into the contest. Let's fall in love. Why don't we fall in love? It's, just express in a way that helps people understand what they're living. Okay? And you lonely people keep on knocking round my door. Put your drugs in my face. Fuck you. I don't want them no more. How simple is that? I'm just kidding around. No, I love Keith Elam. Okay. But he's trying to impress people. Okay. That he should put more of an impression on, which he does, He sits there and, the corporate leeches and, take it personal, and put the squeeze on, and stuff. But they ended up killing him. Yeah, I know they ended up killing him. I get it. Okay. But at least he stood up to say it was wrong and didn't participate and say, hey, give me an award. I want to be successful. I want to be an asshole like you. Right. He didn't do that. Okay. And so if you're going to do something, do it with integrity. And truth with couth, and put up a peace sign and please find. And I'm feeling good. We should, we could, we would. Life's eternal and grace is infinite. Your integrity, your faithfulness, your truthfulness, your caring, your kindness transcends your existence, because life is eternal and grace is infinite, right? So if you give in to the patheticness of the pathetic, then you reflect pathetic. You want your kids to reflect pathetic. You want the woman that you're trying to love to be selfish and pathetic, need a big bag of money to fuck. Oh, God, that's horrible. Isn't it, though? Okay. Don't you want Ruth and Esther type women? Well, then get up and do what's right. Give them a light out of hell. Okay? Give them a light out of hell. Show them that there's something better in the world than what the assholes that think they own the world have given us to look at, listen to, and say, I'm going to be successful at. Okay. University on your time. Fuck that. Okay. I dropped out of school because it was genocidal, and I'm way more intelligent than all the people that ask you for money you to regurgitate to them how to make your money and be successful, manipulating matter and manipulating human beings to, be part of your group, your crowd. How wicked of you, see? Wicked too? Too good. Wicked for good, wicked for no more. Knock it off, right? You're being molded into people that can be managed by the people that want to use you for management. Love under new management, right? I was never jealous of Gerald Levert singing with Mickey Howard, no. I had certain parts of insecurities because of constant abuse. Okay. And then I would always correct myself and say, I like me. I'm a good guy. Well, it was being a man who's not too well endowed. He's average. Okay. And being with black women, with the reputation of most black men being super well endowed and stuff like that, you can't be too, you can't be too, or you'll be miserable, right? When they do that to you because you're not doing what they want, it's like, you sure weren't acting that way the other night, right? Yeah, just tell yourself, she's full of shit. She's just like them. And it's like, hey, he's got I got a bigger dick than me, but I'm not a walking dick disease, and I am faithful and courageous and kind and beautiful and caring. And him, he's a loaded dick who only thinks of himself, and if you fuck him, you're going to act like him. And then your kids are going to be, Mom, why do you act like a loaded dick that only thinks of yourself? Ask Mr. Dick over there. What about the guy that wasn't like that? They all tried and wanted to kill him, so I left because it was too scary. But life's eternal and grace is infinite. Wouldn't it be better to be like Ruth, Kadisha, and Esther than it would be to be the reflection of a loaded dick that wants to kill everybody that doesn't want to be fucked by him? Boop, boop. Boop, doop, 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 boop, boop. You know what I'm saying? So, pensamos primero, so think, reflect before you snack, right? So, the final ammunition. So, you got to realize who you're dealing with and who you've become, because you're trying to train them the way they've trained you. Okay? Don't be trained. Okay. Like I told you last night with the thing in the bar, Zion daughters, roots rocking is the roots rocking, Roots rocking. Don't you love that song? I love that song. Me and Brian love that song. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Drummy's got a good voice. Diane Warren, asked Diane Warren. She lost her mind over that man's voice. Don't turn around. Yeah, Oswald, it's better than Ace of Base. Ace of Base isn't bad. But Oswald, that was, I'm pretty sure that song was written for Drummy. And when you hear Drummy's voice, you can see why. Whoa, whoa, I, whoa, whoa, mercy, mercy me. Yeah, he's a very good singer. Yeah, he's a very nice, very melodious, wonderful voice. It's got to give a little love, have a little hope. Let's make this world a little better. We don't need more money. We don't need to sell records. We just need to live the Lord's Prayer. Oh, only humble faith can make it better. Oh, only you don't try, you do. You don't try to be faithful. You are. You don't try to understand truth. You understand it. Okay. You can't try at being a good person. Okay. You either are or you are not. And if you're not, you can try all you want. It's not going to make you one. Okay. So be a good person no matter what the pathetic do. Okay. You can do it. Life's eternal, grace is infinite. Don't be afraid. Okay. All right, guys, let's load this one up. I just talked to my nephew, James. He's a sweet kid, right? He does look a lot like his pops, too. Yeah, it's interesting. Okay, guys, I love you. Yeah, it's beautiful to see the reflection of the eternity of people's love for one another. Or, it's love, Hey, we're not living the Lord's Prayer. It's not going to last. We're not sustaining it with Psalms and Proverbs. It's not going to last between those two people until you are. Okay? Peace out.